Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Air Hauler with me, You Heard 37. So, we have our one of our TriStars over here in Barcelona. I wanted to try and get this job done. Going over to Klagenfurt. It's a pretty short flight. It says 618. It's actually going to be more like 736 with a SID and a star on it. And I guess we'll just go ahead and get to it. I think I've got everything loaded and got the fuel set. This is our Pan Am plane. There's actually a flight going from Barcelona to Orlando. I kind of contemplated whether I should take that. But we're going to do this one. We'll go over to Vienna eventually. I'll have someone take it over there. I'm going to set the time back to about 10:30ish. And we'll go ahead and meet over at the plane. Alright everybody, here we are at the plane. DHL Olympic. Is that ours? I think our Olympic is an MD-11. Actually, I don't know. Because it could be ours. Is it a 747? I can't remember if ours is an MD-11 or a 747. Because that could be our plane. Is Olympic even fly anymore? Because if it isn't, then it would definitely be our plane. Those are a bunch of Iberia planes over there or something. Like I say, I did a landing video on Iberia 747 here at Barcelona. I gotta say, I don't really like that livery, man. Like the Iberia, it's like straight out of like the 70s or 80s. I need to update that thing, man. Alright, APU's coming up. There we go. Alright, so switch over to APU, go over to the fuel and payload, change out our fuel. I don't know why that sometimes doesn't want to go out the first time. Alright, external one, we've got, let's see, we've got 31,992 pounds, and divide that into the two tanks is 15,996. And 15,996. Let's see how much fuel they gypped us out of. That's 21 pounds. Not a big deal. Alright, these on. Alright. Switch over to the FMC here. Get out of the way, and we'll go ahead and start her up. Let's put these two lights on first, actually. Turn off the DLC. Heat. Alright. Engine 2. I think I hit that a little early. I think I hit it at 12 instead of 16. Let's go over here to data. Flight plans. LEBL, LOWK. Activate, execute. Departures and arrivals departing on, I believe, 25 right. Yeah, 25 right. And the SID Agent 2P. Alright. Let's go over here, engine 3. Go ahead and hit arrivals. 20 right is the only one with the ILS. There it goes, 16. Give it the fuel. And the star is Clag 1A. Clag 1A. There's no transition. I had to change the flight plan up a lot to even get over to any of those stars. They weren't very good from where we were coming in from the west. Sit route. Perfing it. 2 for the reserves. Let's say 35,000 for the altitude. Cruising altitude. In legs. Let's make sure everything straight. No discontinuities. Put that up. Alright. Gotta still do engine 1. carried away here. Working on our FMC. 14, 15, and 16. Start trimming her while engine 1 is getting up. Come on. Stupid trim wheel. I hate this one. Almost there. Come on. Seems like this one's taking longer than normal. Alright, we've got it right there. We're heavy as far as cargo, but fuel, we're actually pretty light. So I don't know. I don't know if I'd say we're light or heavy. Runway 25 right is where we're taking off, so it'll be right over here. The heading for that is 246. Right, 246. I'll move this to 245. Switch that over to FMC. And we'll move this up to what, 35,000. Our cruising altitude. Alright, flight directors coming on, arm the altitude, navigation, and vertical speed, which we'll set to 2400. Alright, we're ready to taxi on out, so we'll put on the taxi light. Just gotta wait on this guy. I'm gonna go ahead and put that in takeoff. Anybody else? So I'm just gonna pull forward. I see no reason not to. Alright, parking brake comes off. Let's go ahead and pull forward. Resize this. Need to do the same thing with the GPS. Man, that GPS, why did they have that come up so freaking huge? Alright, get this off. It's making it hard to see. Ah, I hit the brakes and we lost some speed right there. Telehandler. That's right, get out of the way. Actually, I was going to go to the right there. On that taxiway. But he moved out of the way, so we'll go down here. Ends up in the same place. Klagenfurt, Austria. Never ever heard of it. Well, like I said, we'll have somebody pick up that plane and take it to Vienna. There's somebody sitting over there at Vienna right now, so they can take it over there. Save me some time, because I'm sure there are probably not going to be any jobs coming out of Klagenfurt. Plus, like I said, we have that scenery at Vienna, so might as well use it. I am all over the brakes because I'm trying to get over this taxiway. Sometimes I can't tell if the plane's going to stop or not. It's like I'm going to have to kick on the reversers while taxiing, which I'm obviously not going to do. Man, it's so hard to turn with this plane, make any good turns. It's so fickle with the throttle and the brakes, with the speed that you got to keep going through the turn. It's just, they made the friction, I think, a little too much still. Way better than what it used to be, but still, it's just too much friction. That is, what is that name of that airline? Vueling or something? There's been I've seen a lot of those over here. EasyJet. Yeah, I was doing that landing video and I saw that Vueling or whatever their name is all over the place. I think they're German, actually. I can't remember for sure, though. There's a bunch of them when I was taxiing around. Flashing textures, man, got a bunch of that in this airport. That main terminal over there, we've got a huge flashing texture on it. Or maybe multiple. And I'm doing other things, not paying attention. I'm supposed to stop back there. But like I said, I'm doing other things, talking and everything. While they're taking off in the wrong direction. I guess you couldn't really say that's the wrong direction because it was more of a crosswind for these runways. I thought about taking this one, actually, taking off, but I decided against it. It'd be easier if we were taking off that way because the way we're heading off is a little bit to the west when we're flying out to the east, but that's alright. And we'll go on down. We could get on here. We don't. I think it'll be pretty easy to take off. We don't need a whole lot of runway length. I guess we won't really. Well, I guess out the left window we'll be maybe we'll see some of the city. It's pretty dense over there where we're headed. We're in that direction, but on the other side of the airport, there isn't a whole lot. Here's some of these engines. I don't know if they're coming over here or not.
Flaps 4, flaps 10.
Alright, flaps are set. Turn right here. Sea's still too shallow. But you don't want to go too fast because, like I said, the brakes don't work so well. Can't find that happy medium. Alright, here we are. The runway. Only thing, see, this guy's coming down here to take off as well. Landing lights, strobe. Don't see anyone coming in to land. When I get down there for that dude, we will. So there's someone coming in from that way. We'll do a rolling takeoff. I tried to go out further. Instead of doing those shallow turns, I ended up going too far. Alright. Let's go ahead and get on out of here. Alright, pull back on the thrust a little bit. Not quite full power. Airspeed's alive.
80 knots.
Go ahead and rotate. Pause, rate, gear up. Trying to take off a little earlier since we're not so heavy. It bounces around on the runway if we're not all that heavy. I'm just trying to get up and I'm pushing down on the stick. But
Flaps 4.
What in the world is the error? I'm not sure if it was saying it. We need to speed up before retracting the flaps more, or what? I pulled back on the thrust a little bit, and that's when she started buzzing. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and rotate out to the left.
Flaps up.
Trying to watch our speed and our altitude, or our vertical speed. Now it says we need to be more out to the right. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the autopilot and the auto thrust. Now we're pointed right at it, actually. Alright, taxi light coming off. So I'm trying to keep it under, the 250 knots and get a better vertical speed as well, which just wasn't happening for me. I've been putting on auto thrust a lot earlier in this plane because of all that. Let's check our FMC here. 6,000 or below, 8.4 miles. 11:37, so that's a little bit less than 3 hours, so it'll probably really be around an hour and a half or so once we get up to cruising altitude. It's just not a long flight. Coming up on 6,000. Well, I thought from the SID we were actually going to be a lot closer to the coast, but apparently not. Not at all. And when we come in, we're gonna have to, like I said, I messed with the flight plan a little bit, so we could come in for was it runway 28? It's the only one with the ILS. In fact, it's the only concrete runway too. It's got two other ones to the left, which are both small grass strips. And I wanted the ILS, so we're going to have to come around for 28 plus. With the wind, you really should be using 28, the way that the wind was blowing. Now we're making our left turn, but yeah, I thought we were going to be a lot closer to the coast. I thought we'd be able to see a good part of Barcelona. But apparently not. On 8,800 feet. Wanted to wait till 10,000 to speed this thing up. We can go ahead and get our lights and everything off and everything. Increase our speed. $97 and 800. Alright, lights are coming off. I'm going to put this down to 2,200 feet a minute and increase our speed. 310. It's sped up there. Alright. So it's a pretty short flight. I'll go ahead and speed it up and be back in just a bit. Alright, everybody's slowing it down. Luckily, it's not too cloudy because we got mountains in the way. But we still got to get down. I slowed our descent a little bit. I'm not sure if any of this takes into account the fact that there are mountains here. I don't think it does, because look, 4,000. We can't get anywhere close to 4,000 feet around here. We got problems. Although maybe we can get down now. Although we're turning left because there doesn't appear to be too much except for over in here. I'm not sure exactly where we're going. 313, then we're going to go to 284, so we're going to keep going left. Alright. So I kind of know where we are a little bit in that star. We need to be down at 6,700, so we're going to have to descend a little bit quicker now. Got it set to go to 4,000 like it is right there. I think at 104, then we're gonna turn left to 284 is running of the heading of the runway. I was gonna say running of the headway. So 6,700. We got 1,800 feet to go. 6 miles to do it. We need to be slowed down again. I keep forgetting about on the descent, I keep forgetting about the 250 under 10,000. I'm going to slow her down to... I will put it at 220. I don't want to go too slow. I didn't do the lights either. Right, it was right as we were coming back. Auto brake is set to medium. Course is set to 284, heading is 284, so we're all set for all that. 110.10. Yeah, we're too high. It's what I was afraid of. Slow this down to 200. Man, are we gonna go over this? Because that's a little bit of a problem here. Where is the airport exactly? Is that the airport? That's our airport right there. I don't know what I just hit. I didn't mean to, though. We need to get our speed down.
Flaps 4, gear down.
I wasn't paying attention to our heading, what we were doing.
Gear down and locked. Flaps 10.
In fact, let me just go ahead and turn the auto throttles off. Alright, autopilot is off. Calm down, plane.
Flaps 18.
We're gonna end up on the glide slope here in a second.
Flaps 22.
Yeah, we're catching back up to the glide slope now. Man, I thought we still had another turn or something. It was ridiculous. Had I known that it was straight ahead, I would have gotten down even quicker.
Flaps 33.
Alright, we're at full flaps. Well, not full flaps, but as far as we're going with it. Increasing the thrust a little bit. Want the speed to drop too much as we level off more. We're a little high, a little fast. I prefer to be high in this plane than low because it's really hard to get back up because of the it takes so much thrust to move. I'm trying to slow her down a little bit and get down at the same time. The speed in this plane is really fickle. Alright, we're on the glide slope. We can land a little bit slower than normal. We should have done that at Daytona Beach, because we are so light with the fuel and everything.
500. 400.
Although we're a lot, 60,000 pounds heavier than last time as well. So we're getting a little low, and it's a little hard to compensate for that.
300. Minimums. Minimums. 200.
Oh, see, that speed is getting real
100.
low. We're having to pitch up like crazy.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Yeah, that wasn't a very good landing. Yeah, quite positive. Broke our streak of having some good landings. Yeah, I got real low, and we had to pitch up so high and hard and everything. I knew that was going to happen, though. Towards the end, I got so low, I knew there was no way we could get back up. Some floating textures up there on the left.
Flaps 22. Flaps 4. Flaps up.
Alright. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't very good. Like I say, it just got down and I knew we couldn't get it back up. See, there's grass strips out here on the right. Or on the left, I should say. Apparently this grass comes over here as well. To our taxiway. Alright, come forward just a little bit more. So we're off the runway. Well, I don't think there's much traffic here at Klagenfurt. Stop the recording. Flight directors, you can come off. Let's see. Strobe, you come off. Landing lights, you come off. As for that, I think everything else is good. Flaps are retracted. Yeah, I just wish we could have done better with that landing. It really didn't have anything to do with coming in late. Because we were on the glide slope there for a while. It might have helped a little bit, but I don't really think so. Because I got low, and then as I was coming up, as we got closer, I knew we were going to end up a little high, so I ended up trying to get down a little too quick, and ended up getting too low too quick. Yeah, it showed that it was storming here when I checked the weather. It's not raining now, but you can hear that thunder and everything. I'm trying to figure out where I should go exactly. I mean, these are the parking areas, but I think these are meant for huge planes. I think they mean for huge planes to be in here. Landing at Klagenfurt. I like the name, Klagenfurt. So are we anywhere near it? Yeah. Cheating. Alright, we'll stop right here. Yeah, our first really bad landing in a while. We had the hang of it there for a while. Still have the hang of it, just I can't land it perfectly every time. I know that. Alright, turning on the APU. Wonder how much fuel we had left this time. I don't think we're going to run out this time. Yeah, 5.3. Good thing we didn't have to go around. That would have been a tough go around with all the mountains around too. Alright, just back over on the 8. Did I turn that? When did I turn that back? I don't know if I put down Gen 2 before we took off or not. That's not good if we didn't. Did I screw that up? I may have screwed that up. But My bad. Hey, hear that thunder. Alright, let's go see how bad we did. Alright. See, 99%, so it wasn't that bad. It was just we were pitched up so high, and as we were coming down, and I was slowing down with the speed, 1% is not gonna annoy me too much. It is a little annoying, but I gotta say. I want to land it nice every time, but that's alright. It's not like we were landing before. Those were pitiful, man. Yeah, we had some really bad ones in there. We're still getting better with the plane. So yeah, it went from 90 to 89. So 1% damage. I'm not gonna get bent out of shape. Let me see. I think we've got some dude over here. Because there's not going to be a flight out of Klagenfurt, I'm sure. Yeah. Go get this guy. Yep. LOWW. That's where we want him to be. LOWW. Travel and go get it, buddy. 12:18. He'll be there in minutes. Trying to get back to the jobs board. It takes a little while. Anytime you do anything. There we go. Because I don't know what's heading out of Vienna. This might be my last video for the week. When I'm recording. I'm not too sure. Probably. Oh, Boise. Oh, that would be fun. That's such a long flight. Kuala Lumpur. Do we have a base? We have a basic Kuala Lumpur. I don't know that we've ever used it. Maybe once. Because it wasn't original, but I think I put that in. Yeah, Kuala Lumpur. We're never over in Kuala Lumpur. We don't fly in Asia a whole lot. That'd be even longer. I can't do it in that time though. Daggone it, that sucks. Because I would really like to do that. Minsk. Belarus. Alright, so I'm not sure what we're going to do next. Plus we have the other one at Daytona Beach. Like I say, this will probably be it. So none of these jobs will be here when I get back in a couple days. But, yeah, that's going to be it for this episode. I hope you all did enjoy it. I'll catch you guys on the next flight.
$500. $400. $300. Minimums. $200. $100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.